Number 10, the internal congregational unity and momentum will affect giving. In fact, Pew Research did a very extensive survey of churches that were trying to raise money in a down economy over a number of decades, over all denominations. And what they discovered was about 50% of the churches were successful in a down economy, and about 50% of the churches struggled. So they went back to this group that did well in a down economy, and they just exclusively studied them and researched them. And what they discovered across the board is that these churches were highly united and highly excited about their future. To validate their research, they went back to this other group that didn't do so well, and they found that often that there was internal divisiveness, and there were internal conflicts, and there was a lack of momentum, and there was disunity. So I'm telling you, a church that's motivated and united and passionate will be a giving church, and it will overcome a down economy. Now, this isn't just about capital campaigns, this is about giving and everything, but let me just share a story about that with you, because some of you today, maybe you're getting to that place where you're thinking about doing a capital campaign, and I'd be glad to talk to you about that, and Terry does that, we both do, and I'll address that a little bit. But in 2001, I was pastoring the church of Broken Arrow. We were about to have our very first capital campaign. We needed to raise $2 million. We believed God for $2 million in that campaign. September the 9th, I preached the very first sermon in the series. And then September the 11th happened. And we've just celebrated the 10th anniversary of that. And you remember that very well, the destruction on American soil. And you remember airplanes. I mean, you know, there was this order for every airplane to find a place to land, and planes didn't fly the rest of the week. So I'm thinking, man, I have really got these, this is not good. This is not good. We need to put this on pause, you know, and just wait this out. But at the same time, there was just something in my spirit that said, you know, that's not right either. So I got our leaders together and I said, before we just put everything on pause, we're going to spend a week, we're going to pray about it, we're going to meet together, we're going to search Scripture, we're going to share our hearts, and we're going to talk. At the end of that week, every man in that room felt strongly convicted that we should keep going and trust God. So I mean, I'm up there and I'm just preaching, you know, forward and vision and unity, and it's just one bad thing. When Wall Street, I preached second Sunday, Wall Street had been closed for a week. When it opened up on Monday, it fell 700 points. And so I'm just preaching again week after week, and then the anthrax scare came. I mean, it was just one bad thing after another. It'd make Robert Schuller have a bad day. And so we came to our banquet in November. We came to the banquet and we brought everybody together, and I shared my heart one more time, and I talked about this vision of this great church and what I believe God wanted us to do. And yeah, times were tough, but what an opportunity for God to be faithful and show Himself. So we had the commitment part of the service, and they went back to count it all, and we decided to keep them there, and we had desserts and we had music, and it was just a great atmosphere. And the tellers brought me back the result, and I walked up and I said, well, you know, it's been a tough, long fall, and we all know what we've been through with 9/11 and the anthrax scare and the economy. Our goal was $2 million, and I can tell that you all have really done your best tonight. We didn't hit $2 million. And then I said, we hit $2,200,000. We superseded our goal by 10% in the midst of a really bad economy because there was great unity. Terry and I both do capital campaigns. We're traveling all over the nation. I just finished 2 campaigns recently. One of them is in Elizabethtown, Kentucky, Christian church there, and they broke all the rules, all the ways that you're classically say how a capital campaign should work and operate. As far as timeline, they you know, typically you want to be done before Mother's Day, and they said, well, that's not going to work, but we're excited. I mean, this church was excited about their future, united, this very principle. And so we designed the schedule. We ended up having their financial commitment the weekend before Father's Day, and they hit 3 times their annual income that day, which is, I mean, it's very good. That's great results. Typically, a capital campaign raises between 1 and 3 times, and we've seen 4, 5, and 6 times on this very principle of unity and momentum. So so this principle isn't just about capital campaigns. This is about regular church giving as well. when you are constantly showing people the results of what's happening and where we're going as a congregation, the level of giving just really goes up exponentially.